Hello everyone, this is episode 2 of my Science Mode Breaking Ground playthrough, and today we are probably going to get to orbit. And we're gonna get some more science, try to get a orbital satellite that will be in somewhat of a polar orbit so we can go over many regions. So we're gonna start out in the VAB, using some of our new parts that we got last time. Oops. Okay, so I think I'm going to start out with a manned mission, Kerbal mission. Let's use this capsule. We got some really cool new fuel tank adapters, so let's go ahead and put our parachute on. And drogue chute. Science. This is going to be the focus of this mission. Not any more than last time, though. So, we're going to get a mystery goo, but first we're going to need a heat shield so we don't burn up when we deorbit. Decoupler. And some fuel tanks. Guess we have this bigger one. And yeah, it looks nice. Let's do this. Okay, that's good. So this will be our second stage. And use a Terrier engine. Turn rigid attachment on so it doesn't flop everywhere. It's not good when that happens. Okay. So next, wait, in front of this we're going to want our Science Junior. And we're going to want a experiment bay storage unit. Bring all of our experiments back. This time we're going to use a scientist. We're not going to get SAS, but we're going to be able to restore all of our experiments. So, 2 mystery goo, 2 thermometers, 2 barometers, and Kerbal engineering system. Let's just put it here. There we go. Next, we're going to want some batteries. We're going to attach that to the Science Junior. Then we're going to want some antennas. Just going to do 2 at the top. Then I'm going to do 2 that can go through that. That are active even when you're flying through the atmosphere. So, just like that. Attach this. That gives us 2,500 delta V. So let's go ahead and build the thing that's gonna do the biggest part of lifting it into orbit. I think I'm gonna have a 1.875 meter wide one. That's gonna do the. It's gonna be the center core. I'm gonna do 10 tanks long, and we really want to turn the rigid attachment on this. It's made out of so many different tanks it'll just wobble like crazy because of the soft joints. Just want to make sure I'm putting it on all of them. So next we're going to use a fuel adapter, like that, and then a swivel, so I have enough thrust-weight ratio. I think we're going to add some side boosters that will allow it to burn enough fuel, so it will. So let's add some radial decouplers. Let's do 3 of them. Don't normally make 3 3 solid rocket boosters or anything like that. Normally do an even number, but let's mix it up a bit. There we go. Let's get our nose cones. I think that looks good. And let's name this Orbital Science. I'll come up with some better names later. First orbital mission. How's our Delta V looking? I think we could go to the moon with this. We aren't planning on that, so let's just put these on and get on the launch pad. There we go. And I think we're ready. Come on, we can come up with a better name than that. Let's do Uber. For above, in German, 1. So above ground. First manned orbital mission. There we go. Now after that very hard process of coming up with a name that should have been easier, let's launch it. Make sure our staging's right. Want the drogue to come out first. Okay, let's go on the launch pad. Here we go. First we're going to use the Science Junior on the launch pad, so we'll be able to get science from that because we haven't used it before. So let's go ahead and EVA Bob. Look at him. Okay, EVA report, take surface sample. Let's go ahead and observe materials bay. Collect data, restore, and we can board. Let's just collect all the data there. And 3, 2, 1, lift off. We're going to save the Science Junior for the upper atmosphere. It should be around 20 kilometers because we're not going to be able to refresh the Science Junior. So we'll go for just flying above the ground with the Science Junior or another mission because we're going to orbit. We'll do that for another suborbital mission. So looks like the solid rocket boosters are halfway done. Rotating, we don't really have any roll control. And we're unstable. Oops. Hey guys, you may have noticed a difference. I tried 6 versions, I think it is now, and none of them worked with the solid rocket boosters. And then so I'd get a lot more fins and bring them down a lot. So they were flipping in midair, and I wanted to save you the time from watching them, and I don't want absurdly long videos with repeating things. So 3, 2, 1, launch. Pretty high thrust weight, has a 1.74 and climbing. Pretty wiggly. It's one of the problems. Very wiggly. Okay, that would be scary. I wouldn't want to be in there with it wiggling that much. Hey, can you see him inside? Look at him. There's his little head. Okay. So by 10 kilometers we're going to be at 45 degrees. Heading 90 east. Maybe not by, because I did that last time and started flipping uncontrollably. And got ripped apart by the extreme forces. Why is that heating up too much? I need to throttle down. It won't matter if those explode. We still have other fins. Who needs them? Okay, now let's pitch over. Please don't flip. Please. Okay. Let's continue on this heading until we get a apoapse above 100k. And we're gonna wait a bit to stage, because aerodynamic forces on a Terrier that barely has any gimbal and thrust without fins is not a good combination. So we're gonna go and stage now, and we're gonna observe Materials Bay. It's a nice 22 science right there. I'm gonna go ahead and collect that with our storage unit. Do a crew report. Guess that won't do anything. Okay, we're gonna cut the engine and EVA. Restore this. Another Bob Kerman, not Kerbin. And more science. Collect data. Restore. And I don't know if there's any science in there, but we'll figure out. Yeah, there's some. Collect. Restore. Restore. There we go. EVA report, nothing. And let's take data and board. Let's turn our SAS back on. And we're going to drift up to our apoapse. We're going to try to get into an eccentric orbit, so we can do some science, like maybe 1,000,000 meters above Kerbin, 1,000 kilometers. So we're getting ready for apoapse burn. I don't think you get more science with the Science Junior until you hit around 200,000 meters, I think. Yeah, it's the same. So just keep that in there until. Let's go ahead and do some time warping, so you don't have to watch forever. And I'm getting called on Discord. Be right back. So after taking care of my friend calling me, I can continue. Let's do our apoapse burn. And make sure our vertical speed stays close to 0 than it is now. So we can do this by pitching up, and it should be better now. Never mind. You can look there and there. We have a lot of extra Delta V on this mission, so it's gonna be good. Try to find a spot where it stays a steady 4 seconds. Something like that. Okay. I'm gonna go apoapse, or go prograde, full prograde, and We're not in orbit yet. There we go. Pretty circular orbit with 740 to spare. And let's do some science. Let's time warp until that biome changes right there. And let's do another observe materials bay. Still the same. Observe mystery goo. Nope, nothing different, but we are going to be in a more eccentric orbit soon, so it's time warp until that changes off of water. And okay, we have shores. No, grasslands, we went over it. Let's do a crew report. And EVA report. There we go, 8 science. And we can transmit that, because it is 100% the same either way. Okay, we have another shores. Let's try to do that before it goes back to grasslands. Already went back. Let's reset that. Oh, it went to shores. Okay, so I'm just going to do this and do this for each of the biomes, and then we'll boost our orbit. So I just did most of our orbit, and I got things from pretty much every equatorial biome. I got the Badlands. Let me look at some of the others. I got mountains, water. That doesn't give us any because we were there before. Highlands, Badlands, shores, deserts. Yeah. So now we're going to boost our orbit high enough so we got to keep our eye on the delta V though that we have left. So let's keep our eye there. 120 by 500. Yeah, we should be able to get to 1,000,000 meters, or megameter. And let's leave 200 meters per second for deorbiting and controlling where we're going. Okay. So now it is time to warp. And we see our tiny planet disappearing. That's really cool. Red there. If you're ever wondering why the blood moons happen, it's because the atmosphere refracts the light, I think. And that's what gets projected onto the moon, I think. And I think that's why sunsets are so red, too. So we're approaching 1,000,000 meters. Wait. Okay, so let's do a crew report. Oh yeah, very science. A lot of science. Okay, observe materials bay. 37 science, wow. And let's do our things and mystery goo. Collect all. Let's also do it again and see if it gives us any more so we can load the experiments up with them. Okay, now we're going to need to exit. Crew report. Wait. EVA report. There we go. Let's restore. And let's restore that. And let's observe it again, see if we get any more science. And we don't collect the data, so it will store it for us. And board. Okay, now it's time to go to 1.8 million meters up. And that's where we're going to do our deorbit burn, and we're going to wrap this mission up. Taking a bit. Whoa, that looks pretty cool. We're good on power. Okay. Let's do our Science Junior, see if it gives us any more science. Nope. So we'll just keep it there. Log pressure data. We don't want to overwrite it. Okay. Observe mystery goo. Log pressure data. Log that. Crew report. And we're gonna transfer the data into the crew capsule by doing this, and we're not gonna hit collect all, so that should boost how much science we get. So we're gonna take data and board that again. And then we're gonna do our crew report. And I think we're ready to deorbit. Be really sad if I staged it here. Okay, so deorbit burn. Now, drop our periaps or perigee to around 43 kilometers, and let's go down. Do a time warp. There's the sun coming out. Okay, we're gonna face retrograde. Burn off the rest of our fuel. There's a little city there. Then we're gonna go normal once we deplete all of our fuel. Deploy this. And deploy this. And retrograde. There we go. Let's re-enter this atmosphere. And do a bit of a time warp until it gets a bit more toasty. There we go. We're at Mach 8. Slowly decelerating. It's not actually Mach 8 up here because the pressure is a lot lower, which makes the speed of sound a lot more different. I'm not sure if it's slower or faster. And if you didn't know, the speed of sound through diamonds is around 12 kilometers per second because of their ability to bounce off each other so fast. The molecules, which air doesn't do that as well. So we have plasma blackout. And I think we're gonna land somewhere in the ocean, probably. Maybe there. No, probably still going too fast. Mach 6. Mach 5. Yeah, we're definitely in the ocean. How's our heat shield standing up to it? Pretty good. So we're going to deploy our drogue chute higher up. Let's actually deploy that at 5 kilometers. And Mach 1, we're slowing down. Okay, here goes our drogue. Okay, that's deployed. Really cool cloud layer there. Sun looks cool through there. We may need to jettison the heat shield, but I don't want to do it too late if we need to do it. So, main chute? It would be preferable to keep the heat shield on, because those are pretty expensive. And we're just going to drift down to our resting point in the ocean. Okay, splashdown's coming up, and here we go. Splashdown. Let's go ahead and exit our pod. EVA report. Surface sample, 0.5 science, and recover. See how much science we get? Not responding, as usual. I think it may be nighttime here. Yes. Now it is time to spend our science, but I think we're going to do that in the next episode. So guys, thank you for watching this. I had lots of fun making it, and more will be coming in the future. Stay tuned.